Harry Potter, no longer a boy, stood as a powerful wizard. His skills were unmatched, honed by years of fighting darkness. At his side stood Hermione Granger, brilliant and unwavering, his confidant, his love. Their bond, forged in the fires of war, ran deep. Ron Weasley, once a steadfast friend, had become distant, a shadow of his former self. The once unbreakable trio, symbols of courage and unity, now teetered on the precipice of collapse. The laughter and camaraderie they once shared were distant echoes. Ron's jealousy, a simmering resentment, poisoned their interactions. He watched, eyes narrowed, as Harry and Hermione shared knowing glances, their connection deepening while his own friendship with Harry seemed to fade. The more powerful Harry became, the more Ron felt his own insecurities fester. It started subtly, a snide remark here, a bitter outburst there. Ron, consumed by envy, failed to see the genuine affection both Harry and Hermione held for him. He only saw their happiness, their shared strength, as a constant reminder of his own perceived inadequacy. Whispers followed Ron in the halls of Hogwarts. Whispers that he was merely a sidekick, living in the shadow of the boy who lived and the brightest witch of her age. He craved recognition, power, and most of all, Hermione's affection. But Hermione's heart belonged to Harry, and deep down Ron knew it. This realization, instead of pushing him to better himself, twisted into a venomous hatred for his former best friend. He convinced himself that Harry, with his fame and power, had stolen everything from him. A cryptic message, delivered by a mysterious owl, shattered the fragile peace. It spoke of a hidden chamber, a powerful artifact, and a prophecy that would determine the fate of the wizarding world. Harry, ever the hero, felt an immediate pull towards the mystery. Hermione, ever logical, urged caution, but her love for Harry, her unwavering loyalty, meant she would follow him anywhere. Ron, however, saw an opportunity to prove himself, to finally step out from the shadows and claim the glory he craved. But his ambition, fueled by jealousy and resentment, led him down a treacherous path, a path towards a darkness he barely understood. Section 4. A father's betrayal, a friend's wrath. The hidden chamber revealed a horrifying truth. The artifact was a weapon of unimaginable power, and it was linked to Harry's past, to a father he never knew. This weapon, shrouded in mystery and cloaked in ancient magic, held the potential to change the fate of the wizarding world. It was a relic from a time long forgotten, a time when magic was raw and untamed. The prophecy declared that only a descendant of its creator could wield the weapon, and that choice, light or darkness, rested solely on Harry's shoulders. The weight of this revelation was immense, for Harry had always believed his destiny was his own to shape. Now he faced a crossroads, a decision that would not only define his future, but the future of all those he held dear. But lurking in the shadows was another figure, a figure long thought dead, consumed by a lust for power that had twisted him into a mockery of his former self. This figure, once a beacon of hope and strength, had become a harbinger of doom, driven by a desire to reclaim what he believed was rightfully his. James Potter, Harry's father, had returned, not as a savior, but as the ultimate harbinger of destruction. His return was not a joyous reunion, but a nightmare come to life. The man who had once fought for justice and love was now a twisted shadow of his former self, his heart blackened by the dark magic he had embraced. Ron, blinded by his own ambition and manipulated by James's promises of power and Hermione's love, had betrayed his friends. His loyalty, once unwavering, had been corrupted by the allure of power and the desperate hope of winning Hermione's heart. He had become a pawn in James's sinister game, his actions driven by a dangerous mix of jealousy and ambition. He had led them into a trap, feeding James information, weakening Harry, all for a chance to claim the power for himself and force Hermione to be with him. The betrayal cut deep, a wound that would forever scar the bonds of friendship they had once shared. In his quest for power, Ron had lost sight of what truly mattered, and the consequences of his actions would echo through the annals of wizarding history. Section 5. The Battle for Hogwarts and Hermione. The battle began not on the grounds of Hogwarts, but within its very walls. The ancient corridors echoed with the sounds of spells and the cries of the wounded. James, wielding dark magic that chilled the soul, unleashed havoc upon the unsuspecting castle. His eyes glowed with a sinister light as he cast spell after spell, each more devastating than the last. Students and teachers alike fought bravely, but they were no match for the raw power at James's command. The walls of Hogwarts, which had stood for centuries, trembled under the onslaught. Harry, betrayed by his father and his best friend, fought with the fury of a cornered lion. His heart ached with the weight of betrayal, but he channeled that pain into his magic, making his spells even more potent. He deflected every curse, every hex, his grief and anger fueling his magic. Each spell he cast was a testament to his determination to protect those he loved and to save the school that had been his home. Hermione, caught between the love of her life and the friend she thought she knew, refused to choose. Her heart was torn, but her resolve was unbreakable. Instead, she fought to reach Ron, to break through the wall of jealousy and hatred that had consumed him. She dodged spells and debris, her eyes never leaving his figure in the distance. She believed, with all her heart, that the Ron who had fought alongside them, who had risked his life for his friends, still existed somewhere deep inside. Her determination was a beacon of hope in the chaos, a reminder that love and friendship could still triumph over darkness. Section 6. An uncertain future. The final confrontation was inevitable. The air crackled with tension and the very walls seemed to hum with the anticipation of the impending clash. Harry, battered but unbroken, faced his father amidst the chaos of the Room of Requirement. His eyes, filled with a mixture of determination and sorrow, locked onto James, who stood as a twisted shadow of the man he once knew. James, consumed by the very darkness he had sworn to fight, offered Harry a choice: join him, rule by his side, and claim Hermione as his prize, or die, along with everyone he held dear. The words dripped with malice, echoing in the cavernous room. Ron, finally seeing the true extent of James's madness and the pain he had inflicted, hesitated. His heart pounded in his chest as he grappled with the weight of his decision. The fate of the wizarding world, the fate of Harry's soul, rested on a knife's edge. Every second stretched into an eternity as the two wizards stood, wands drawn, ready to unleash their power. Would Harry succumb to the darkness that had consumed his father, or would he find the strength to defy his legacy? The internal struggle raged within him, a battle as fierce as the one unfolding around him. And would Ron, consumed by guilt and remorse, find redemption in the face of ultimate evil? His mind raced with memories of their shared past, the laughter, the tears, and the unbreakable bond of friendship. The answers, shrouded in the smoke and fire of battle, remained elusive, leaving the fate of Harry, Hermione, and the entire wizarding world hanging precariously in the balance. The echoes of spells and the clash of magic filled the air, a symphony of chaos and hope intertwined.